Hi there, I'm Spitfire with Game Mode 5, and today we're talking to Glixyl and Volgarenthor. Volgarenthor actually runs the Aegis Gaming Network, and Glixyl we all know and love from his mod packs, being Glixyl's Revenge and Glixyl Mo SMP. These two have gotten together, and they've decided that on a very limited basis, they're going to open up a couple of servers open to the Aegis community. And Glixel's even got some updates coming to at least one of his packs. Now, guys, what sparked this? What happened?
I think the first thing you should ask, to be honest, is what didn't spark this.
Okay,
I
what
mean,
didn't spark this?
to be completely honest, I'm sure a lot of people are feeling kind of really just bored with Minecraft, and it's been my opinion for a while now that players are going to start, looking for more and more modded content to actually play. And there's a lot of modded content for single player, but there's not so much mod packs for SMP for multiplayer support. So players are going to really beginning, very soon start looking for servers with SMP support for a lot of these mods that people really enjoy playing. And so what kind of set me off on the quest was to really find sort of pretty much the best mod packs for SMP possible, and pretty much put them together all under one centralized community. And that led me basically to Glixel. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the week, and I went and talked to Glixel, and we pretty much hit it right off then. I mean, he feels the same way I do. Is modded content is pretty much the future of Minecraft, and so that's pretty much where it started up. And we're going to be putting out a couple of servers, probably one for Mo SMP, one for Glixel's Revenge as well, and they'll basically be sponsored SMP servers open within our network. So that's what.
Volg, it sounds like you're running away from the mic.
Am I have no idea. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much what set it off, and so that's what we're going with for now. We're taking it slow, but I'm pretty sure Glixel has a few things to add as well.
Yes, hello everybody. I'm Glixyl, and I'm glad to join the Aegis Gaming Network team. And what I'm looking to do now, thank you. What we're looking to do now is to put the mod packs that I had built together in a launcher framework. And that way, instead of you needing to run, let's say, Minecraft Nostalgia, or hope that my launcher will go over top of my auto installer will work on top of your vanilla Minecraft, or you don't want to mess up your vanilla Minecraft, you can just use this launcher and voila, it'll leave your vanilla Minecraft alone. So I like the Aegis philosophy. They're a non-profit, and I'm not really in this to make any money. I do this for my son and for my own hobby, really, and to try to give back to a game that I really love.
Oh. That sounds noble, but at the same time, honestly, we don't see a lot of that in the community anymore. It seems to me like a lot of people are really just in it for themselves, and they don't really like to give back. Which leads me actually to something that is in this pack or in the Revenge pack rather, that's not in the default Tekkit, which would be Forestry. Um, in addition to Forestry, you've added some other mods to the Revenge pack. What would those be?
Well, let me start by saying that I didn't really set out to do a Tekkit. Before I even knew about Tekkit, I had a 1.1 Minecraft-based mod pack that just me and some buddies from work and just some friends of mine and their children, we all got together and we made some pretty crazy cool stuff with industrial craft and buildcraft. So what kind of happened was you're actually one of the people that sparked me thinking about it, Spitfire, when you asked me if I ever thought of doing something Tekkit like. And when I kind of got stuck on MoSMP, just certain mods and 1.3.2 coming out made it so I couldn't update because of Forge dependencies. So I started working on Revenge, thinking, well, I mean, at first I wanted it to be kind of kooky and spy games, kind of Indiana Jones stuff, but eventually I was like, oh, I'm going to add some more and more technical mods to it. And the next thing you know, I checked out Tekkit's webpage, and I almost had him beat. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to add the rest of it to it, like Red Power and Computer Craft. And this guy from Toronto actually prodded me on and said, hey, you know, I think I took what you had and tried to modify it, and I think it can be done. So that kind of egged me on. His name is Nempavs, and he helped me quite a bit with that trailer that you might have watched to the backdrop of the Lights video, the Lights song, which is pretty popular.
Yeah.
I can talk about the other mods if you want. Sorry, I just kind of went off on
No, that's fine. What else is included?
Well, let's go up to my roof.
Of course.
And we'll talk about some of the other stuff we added.
Aha! You have a landing pad.
Yes. So this house is made of basalt cobblestone, and which is good because it has a blast resistance, and that comes from the Red Power 2 mod. I'm flying the THX helicopter, which actually has pretty good. It's not a fixed pitch helicopter like you'd expect to be in Minecraft. It actually has 6 axis of control as well as thrust, and it has weapons on it, which have a reload time, so you really can't spam them. But if you just kind of watch me, if you use Z, it'll descend, and what you can do is you can fire these projectiles. You could probably hear it. I don't know if you could see it. It didn't blow anything
You're a
up.
little bit out of our render distance. There you go.
Oh, sorry guys. I have mine set to ludicrous distance. So let me just shoot the rocket again, maybe against my house. Maybe I'll blow a window out or something. Oh, almost destroyed you. But yeah, that's the gist of using that weapon. But yeah, this mod kind of got a lot of attention for me, and really to me it was key to get working, and it was such a bummer, and to try to get it working and not get it to work. But when I got it to work, wow, put a big smile on my face, and I noticed Captain Rob made a video right away about it. So we also have, in addition to Computer Craft, there's all kinds of sensors you can connect in with Red Power 2, like CC sensors. You can make your own vehicle and have it automated with Red Power, and put like entity detectors around it, or make it so that your front door only opens if it's not a creeper standing outside there. And you can make it to where it could detect something and perhaps use a Tesla coil, which is a high voltage blast, and maybe if you had enough power to do it, it would blast everything, including players that came close to your base, unless they entered a password in a computer terminal. It's also great because it has the Lua programming language, which is a scripting language that allows you to interact with a lot of the environments, and the machines and other things inside the game, including Red Power wire bundles. It has nether rocks. When you go into the nether, you'll see different types of ores, and then you can make armor that has special effects, like Firelight makes you immune to fire. You can actually swim in lava, but you just got to go find the ores in the nether, giving a reason to go there. I mean, there's really no reason to go to the nether.
I'm stuck.
Uh-oh.
I fell off.
Maybe I have some blocks here.
Can you throw me a block?
Sure. Can you get that?
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. So honestly, I mean, this is a great pack, and Volgarenthor has a really good history of being able to find these packs and then balance them. But it looks like this one's actually pretty balanced. It's not too overpowered. It's just nice.
You know, and
Well,
the interesting thing is, I made it. Sorry, I'll let you talk in 1 second. Well, I made it so that it's sort of enabled with kind of the juicy stuff on, and you can kind of disable EE2, equivalent exchange 2, and perhaps some of the other fancy stuff like quantum armors, if you wanted to kind of take the ability for high-powered players to hurt low ones, right? That's always a problem, though. Sorry, go ahead, Volk.
yeah, I was just about to comment on something regarding that as well. With a mod pack like this, which has pretty much all the mods, most of the really good ones enabled, especially when you've thrown in mod packs like the dungeons and battle towers, it adds kind of more of like especially a millionaire as well. It's kind of more of like an adventure aspect to the game as well. So like eventually, as you level up and whatnot, you're gonna be experimenting more with mods like EE2 and whatnot. So a server like this would really actually suit more of a it would suit more of an open crafting basically like an open crafting type thing basically. So there wouldn't really need to be too many restrictions on items except for maybe stuff like quantum and nukes and Nova Catalysts and stuff like that. But other than that, we could probably, it would be very easy and actually probably very, in the best interest of the pack itself, just to leave it almost nearly untouched, because it seems like more of an adventure type pack than it does, basically where you can just resource whore like you currently do in Tech.
And that's exactly what I intended to do. I called it Revenge. There's not that much of a story, except it's my second technical pack, and I thought it was a cool name. But I wanted it to be like kind of had this cool factor, adventurous factor, questing. And Millionaire is pretty, so it's not just like sitting in your base. You could do all the stuff you want to do, make some exploit with EE2 and, create millions of diamonds a second. But that's sort of hollow compared to going out and having to worry about all the monsters, like all the more creatures monsters at night. I got all the ogres and fire ogres and werewolves that have to be killed by gold usually, and fire race that'll light you on fire, and you have to find water, or else you'll burn to death.
Now,
It happened to me last night. I had like one heart left. I limped to a water source, and I was like, why am I not getting extinguished? And finally I did.
now we've done a lot of talking about Revenge in particular, but looks like Mo SMP is getting a little bit of love too.
Well, the funny thing is my son, even though he likes playing Revenge, he's 7, and if that's any indicator, he's loving the testing we're doing now on my private testing server for Mo SMP, and I've been adding some eye candy, and I'm kind of going with, I don't know if you guys used to listen to rap or still do, but there's a song called So Fresh and So Clean by Outkast.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking about doing like a trailer video to that for the release, because that's what I want to do, is kind of freshen it up. Forge isn't cooperating with me in either of the mods, but per your suggestion, either Spitfire, actually, I was able to get smart moving in there, and it's working well. And some other people have been messaging me with some ideas. I don't want to make it too goofy or make it unable to support in the future. Being able to update it to the future and not break people's worlds is important to me. So I'm trying to be a little bit disciplined. It's fun to add content.
Now, one thing that I've noticed as far as the Mo SMP pack is you've gone a fair bit out of your way to keep animal bikes in, even keeping other for technical reasons, keeping the version of Forge and some of the surrounding mods back a version or two in order to keep compatibility there. Especially with the possibility of this going into more of a larger SMP market, is there any thought been put into possibly removing animal bikes just so you can move forward with it?
Well, I think it's sort of like when you brand something or group something together, you're trying to keep your audience in mind. And with this pack, I wanted it to be like technically cool with with a reason to be technical. Okay, like, so you got all this cool stuff, you got all this great armor. What are you doing with it? And for me, it's all about, oh, now I can go do all the questing I didn't do. It's sort of like like getting to be an old person and then finally going on that trip. Well, it's not quite the same as if you did it without good armor and a great sword and a great bow. But now that you got that stuff, you can just have fun with the questing, maybe. Where Morris and P, it's like a nightmarish dollhouse to me. I want it to have that cool, awesome factor. I mean, I saw someone's video that they did in my pack and server, and there was these guys all riding together on dinosaur bikes, like a squad. It looked awesome. So,
They would make that better as Nazi skins, right?
Oh no!
oh man, it was just rough, man. It looked great. So, Napas is a good developer. He's already on 1.3.2. So here's the real crux of it. Dr. Zark and More Creatures is definitely a feature of my mod packs. Bar none, it's the best mod for Minecraft, I think, in my opinion, because I love the variety of animals and everything. It's so great to see those deer and birds chirping around and everything like that, so...
Yeah, delicious with a carving knife.
They taste good too, but the fact that you can throw seeds to a bird and like they'll follow you around all domesticated, or it's just really cool. Plus being in a cave and hearing a cave ogre, it just makes your pulse race. You're like, oh man, okay, I better get ready for this encounter.
I actually had somebody on Skype on a Skype call earlier, and they screamed when an ogre jumped out of nowhere and they were in the middle of cave diving. Ogre just came in and trashed him. Oh, it was hilarious.
So, I guess to kill the question or knock it out of the park or whatever, Spitfire. I have thought about doing that many times, but because Napas already moved Dynamo Bikes to 1.3.2, I know he'll probably have it on 1.4. So, and Matmos is very compatible with the version of Forge, and I think Matmos adds a lot to the game, where in Revenge, I really can't have it in. It has to be optional. It's kind of cool. These choppers heal themselves after they've been damaged. Even while you're flying them, they sort of regulate as long as you don't damage them more.
All right, now we heard a little bit earlier about this client. Now currently you're using an auto installer that I believe you told me once is based off of the Apache auto installer.
Yeah, it's really nothing that I created either. I don't do a lot of creation. I do a lot of changing things to fit my needs and
creative packaging.
There we go. And I like to kind of, I used to love Dungeons and Dragons and patching things together. So because I have a full-time job, I just, I would love to just do nothing but work on Minecraft.
May I steal your helicopter?
Taking all these other people's wonderful work. And what I like about working with Aegis Gaming, actually, is it's a non-profit, and, I want to make sure that the authors that have mods in these packs are recognized and, all that kind of positive, good karma.
Okay, that's actually, like I said earlier, rather noble, because there are so many, for lack of a better way to put it, kids out there that that wouldn't do that, but I assume, based off of your experience and your strong sense of community, that's definitely not something you're gonna want to do.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, it helps to have a day job too. So
I think I broke the internet.
Failure with flying helicopters.
I can't do this. All right. Now, how do I get out of this?
Your voice and your hit Y.
No, it locked my pitch. What happened? Ah!
Yeah, your voice is cutting in and out, isn't it, Volk? His voice.
Well, both of yours is, to be honest.
That may be the internet connection, because I can hear both of you perfectly fine. Okay. I really don't have any other major questions. Oh, you know what? Actually, I should finish that one. Anyway, the launcher. Now, how long do you think before that's a reality?
Well, according to my guys, the staff team, we already have a partially working version of a launcher. All we really have to do is just basically tailor it to the needs of what we're what we're looking to do with our network and all these mod packs that we're looking to push out, and then just really get it distributed and put it on a DB and just have it just have it out there. I think the biggest hurdle we're going to have is basically getting all the mod packs compiled in a timely manner, and then actually have them put inside the launcher, and then having it hosted from a database somewhere that has plenty of bandwidth, where it won't just get completely shut down after a day of people downloading it. That's going to be the biggest issue. But to be completely honest, I really don't see much of an issue with that. I mean, we have a really good host. We got really good hardware. We got lots of bandwidth, so that has really never been an issue for us in the past. I think we could probably expect results from the launcher, and then probably in the next week or so, because that's how close we are to having a working release ready launcher. So I mean, it could be any time now. It really just depends on how long it takes my staff team to get it finished.
Well,
I do know that they're working on it.
The interesting thing is I just pretty much came on board today, and as a member, a senior member of Aegis Gaming Network, and I was already shown a lot of the progress in the launcher, and I have an account to access the material. So I'm actually going to read through that tonight, and I'm going to start trying to package my mods within that construct. And yeah, it's going pretty well, considering I just started doing this today, and that they had already been working on the launcher before this. A lot of people have been PMing me about making a launcher, including you, and
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's something I understand the community wants. I had hoped that I would just, I was almost like, hey, if you can't figure it out, oh well. But a launcher is definitely the way to go, and it's easier than me having to type up millions of lines of text every time I do a release.
Also, it should make updates just insanely easy, not only for you but for the community as well.
Well, I was going to say one more thing.
Yeah.
This Revenge has transformers instead of power converters.
What,
So
really?
if you try this pack, everyone out there, and go looking for those objects and power converters, don't be sad, because instead there's electric, pneumatic, and peat-powered or bio-powered engines, and it gets rid of the 20% power loss that exists in Tekkit between those components. So you don't need to do all kinds of fancy stuff. I've already patched for energy loss, and the transformers is there, so it's corrected for all of that. And then all the goodies that that Tekkit has too, like compact solars and modular force fields and the NEI add-ons for them. They're all here. So 3,700 recipes, I believe, is what I counted when I calculated last time.
Man.
Yeah, there's quite a few recipes. I mean, I've been looking through them. I spent most of last night until the early mornings in the AM actually just doing bug testing on the private test server, and I've barely gotten through like 20th of the items. I actually have a bunch of people on the test server right now doing bug testing on it, and we haven't found any problems with any of it so far, so it's running perfectly.
All right. So we're about 30 minutes into this now. I was gonna ask you guys. Now this is a surprise question, so those of you watching, don't be surprised if this doesn't work out. But I'd like each one of you to think of a question you'd like to ask the community.
That's an interesting one.
I figured it would be.
To be completely honest, the only question I would want to ever ask the community is what would they like to see, because at the end of the day, what we're doing is all about the community. That's what Aegis Gaming is for. We're here for the community, and we're putting these these mod packs together and offering these premium servers for the community. There's a lot of servers that walk around in wolf's clothing out there that they're really only interested in stealing your money from you. That's not what we're about. we're really interested in the longevity and survival of this game, and basically the evolution of this game is going towards mods. So, you know, that's our number one concern. So, you know, my main question is, what would the community like to see?
Okay. Glixel?
Yeah, I guess you know, in lately I've been thinking and talking to my son, and he's always like, you know, Daddy, let's make an adventure map. Let's make an adventure map together, and you know, we can put all kinds of cool stuff in it. And I've always been like, but then I was looking through the NEI. You know, you hit E in the client, it brings up all your all the recipes and stuff, and I was like, wow, you know what? You could make the coolest adventure maps with all the great contraptions and such. And then this is even just throwing something out there, but I was thinking how cool it would be to have a texture pack that was both Halloween and Christmas, kind of like what Jollycraft does with their work, if you've seen that, and to have a regular and shader adjusted version that you could use in like a Nightmare Before Christmas adventure map making contest or something. So you just threw a surprise question at me, so that's what I've been thinking about lately.
Actually, that's not bad at all. Okay, well, that's it. I'm Spitfire, and we're sitting here with Glixyl and Volg.
Hey.
And until next time, I'm Spitfire. Like, subscribe, comments, please.